Remember Swimfan? 2002 teen thriller classic starring Jesse Bradford and Erika Christensen. Man, I love this movie. I love this movie. And I want to find excuses to talk about movies like this because I feel like this is a forgotten genre of movie. Now, look, obviously it's a thriller. That's not a forgotten genre. But getting these movies in theaters and getting these like early 2000s to mid 2000s teen thriller, teen horror type movies. I just feel like we don't get enough of these anymore. I just feel like this movie has a lot going for it and I have fun with it. I can like point out the problems I have with it and the fun that I have with it. Like, there's some ridiculous parts in here. Dialogue isn't the best at times, but it's a movie that I just truly love and enjoy. And what's so funny about the movie is like Ben Cronin is like the star swimmer. And I don't know about y'all, but when I in high school, like swimming wasn't like the big sport. So it was kind of like funny to see like how swimming was like so serious, and he was like this great swimmer, man. And she was just obsessed with him, like early on, just got obsessed with him. You kind of find out throughout the movie like why she gets obsessed with him, and like this past boyfriend that she had, and why she's kind of gone crazy and all this stuff. But man, this movie just goes everywhere. It starts off, again, Fatal Attraction. There's nothing new here. It's like, he makes a mistake. He ends up sleeping with Erika Christensen. And then they, go on and, the rest is history in the movie. She doesn't let it go. And I love this early 2000s vibe where they constantly had to remind you that they understood that, like, kids and teenagers were using computers and we're using Messenger, AOL Messenger, all this stuff. It's so funny because she's constantly sending him messages like, at the library on a school computer, and it's from like Swimfan 96 or something. It's like lewd photos. And I just love that because it's just, it's kind of dated, but that's what I love about kind of going back and watching movies before cell phones really took over everything. I'm talking about like the smartphones. And you can kind of see how they integrated that early technology and like the AOL Messenger and the email, man. Even that, technological breakthrough played a really big role in all that stuff. So, but man, this movie is amazing. I want to know y'all's favorite memories of this movie. That's kind of what this is, just like a hangout. Like, tell me your favorite memories of the movie. Tell me your favorite scenes from the movie. I just think that this movie has a lot going for it. Like Erika Christensen's performance, I think, is really, really good. It's really good. I'm surprised she didn't become even a bigger star. She went on to do a lot of good work and a lot of different things, movies, television, everything else. Jesse Bradford, another guy that you saw a lot during this time frame, and he was in a lot of good stuff, man. I think he was just, I think he was really solid in this, man. I think he played the role of Ben Cronin really well. Out of all three actors, you could almost say Sherry Appleby almost had the most longevity in her career, and she's really good as, Nick's like innocent girlfriend, and she just plays such a sweet role in this. But man, this movie just, again, it's one of those ones that like when you watch the trailer, it kind of tells you everything you need to know. It's like Ben Cronin had it all until he met the new girl. It's like all that different stuff, and it's even on the poster. And man, I just have fond memories of the movie, and I have fond memories of like when I rewatch it, it kind of takes me back to that time and place of like, 2002. Kind of what, I was like the perfect age to watch this movie. It's a high school movie, and I wasn't yet in high school, and so it's like those movies always, it's kind of like when you're reading books too. If you always have like the characters a little bit older than you, it makes it even better. And that's kind of what this movie did for me, was like just a really fun thriller type movie. Like me and my friends always joked around and like, laughed with it. And it's a movie that I revisit now, and I just, again, it might be the nostalgia goggles. It might be that, but it's also just a ton of fun. And I just wanted to kind of see if y'all remembered it and remembered some of the scenes. And the thing they really did that was really smart with the marketing of this movie also is they leaned completely into like the absurdity of how this is just like they took it seriously. It's not like in the marketing that they were just kind of like, tongue in cheek, like, yeah, this is kind of like a rip off of, Fatal Attraction type movies. They like went all in and like really showcased the performances of Erika Christensen and Jesse Bradford, which I thought was really smart. This movie finished #1 at the box office, which was a big surprise. It came out like early September, so it's in that weird time frame where like, everybody started back school. It's kind of like one of those forgotten release dates. And the movie actually did pretty well considering the budget and stuff. And I think I remember seeing an interview with the director that he was kind of saying they were really happy with the performance of the movie. It's just wild, some of the scenes that take place. Like she starts hooking up with Ben's like best friend, and she keeps saying his name. Like they're like making out the card. She's like, oh, Ben. He's like, listen, my name's not Ben. Okay, my name's not Ben. All right, which is so funny because he's like starting to get attached and starting to get annoyed. And then the rest is history. Obviously she doesn't take kindly to that. She doesn't take kindly to what he knows, because he starts finding out stuff about her, you know. So nobody around Ben Cronin is safe, and then if she can't have him, nobody can have him. So like, how do we mess up his life? And then she starts messing with his swim scholarship. You know, he's going to go off to be this big swimmer, and you know, on a scholarship and stuff. And the coach has to, you know, take him out and stuff because he might be using steroids. There's all this different stuff, man. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend checking it out if you love that type of vibe. You know, again, think of like Lifetime movies. Like, I don't know if you grew up on Lifetime movies. I really haven't revisited a Lifetime movie in a while, and I haven't watched any like the newer ones they come out with. But those are always kind of like guilty pleasure movies, like the Lifetime, like kind of the vibe you get from those movies. Kind of think of it along the lines of that. Again, Fatal Attraction, but this time it's in a swimming pool kind of vibe. But gosh, man, I love this movie so much. I just want to know if you love it as well. I think it holds up extremely well. I love these early 2000s, late 90s to like mid 2000s thrillers, man. I'm all about it. It's one of my favorite genres. It's one of my favorite eras of movies, and I feel like they're just ones that I want to continue to talk about. So I'll definitely be talking about more on the channel. Definitely let me know what your favorite is. I would love to hear your opinion on it, and love to reminisce in the comments below. And let's just talk about Swimfan, man. Let's just talk about Swimfan for a little while. That'd be fun, right? Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't think I am. Let me know in the comments below what you think, man, and let's just talk about it in the comments.